And what happens when automation takes over 80% of the jobs?
Then they got to do the World War. Then they got to get rid of everybody.
What do you think
Or
happens?
a lot of people.
Do you think when automation takes over, there's some sort of a massive decrease in population? Do you think they provide universal basic income? What do you think they do?
I don't know what they do. I think that it seems like right now they're preparing for a world war. That genuinely, if you were to zoom out and read the news dispassionately, like without wanting any answer to float to the surface, it seems like they are preparing for a world war. Every article is like, conflict with China inevitable within 5 years, say many generals.
Yeah.
Every article, every national scale, every leak, Pentagon leak is U.S. readiness needs to be, within 5 years, a conflict is inevitable, The draft, military times, we should bring the draft back. Like, Europe, the future of Europe is in doubt.
So the military times said that?
Yeah, there's certainly, recently they had a article arguing, I believe, for the return of selective service for the draft. And it's definitely something that it's being talked about. Germany talked about it recently because of the Ukraine-Russia thing. And there's this idea now that,
Lawmakers move to automate selective service registration for all men. Whoa. A new plan from the House lawmakers would automatically register men for potential military draft when they hit 18, avoiding potential legal consequences connected to failing to file the paperwork at the proper time. Jesus Christ. Mandate automatic registration of all males between 18 and 26 living in America in the selective service system, a federal database used for a military draft in case of national emergency. Ugh.
What would that be?
It gets fun with the male part.
Yeah,
of course.
male. What about trans men? Trans
What
men are men.
about them?
Trans men are men.
Get them in.
Yeah,
It's time to be men now.
that's what I'm saying. Let's go.
So it does seem like they're preparing for something.
Fuck.
And it does seem like it's weird. It's weird. There's a weirdness in the air.
100%.
There's a weirdness in the air.
Yeah, this is late stage civilization vibes.
For
That's
sure.
what it is. We got late stage civilization vibes, no matter how we slice it. We
Yeah.
might make it through this.
Yeah.
We might look back at this.
I
God,
hope we do.
Tim and Joe were so crazy.
Yeah.
They're making a big deal out of it. Nothing happened. Or this could be one of those things that people play if you can find a power source. I saved it on my phone.
Yeah.
Let's watch. They were talking about it.
Well, it's also like what scares me more than anything is the people who aren't feeling this way.
Did you see what they did where they gave Starlink internet to this tribe in the Amazon and they all started jerking off?
I talked about it on my show this week. They're addicted to porn and social media.
Instantly. And
Overnight.
The tribe elders are freaking out because
They're losing control.
Yeah, they thought it was going to be great at first, but now everyone's lazy. No one wants to work. They all just flipping through their phones all day. They're in the jungle and they're going through their
Sure,
phones.
because at first it's great. They're like, look, a picture of a flower.
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, it's like there's guys watching women get choked and, kicked and whatever. And now they're like losing control.
Yeah, and they're on TikTok all day.
And that's what you look at, you go, all of that's why it's so important that the tech people all be on the same page for the most part, because that's the way you lose control the quickest. And it seems to be very important and somewhat engineered, maybe not top down, but somewhat coincidental that 90% of the tech people are all on the same page about most things.
Those are the type of people, though. They're all ideologically captured. Like,
That's
it's all
right.
the left. The tech is all the left.
There's
And
some libertarians, but very few.
Very few. And those are the rebels. To have those people in charge of everything is just so weird.
But it was weird because we had Republicans and Democratic bankers for a long time, and no one really cared. But there's something with the tech people where it's like, we can't, it seems like they don't want to let there be any diversity in thought with that group because the levers they hold are too consequential.
But they were that way before the levers were consequential.
Sure.
Except for Microsoft, right? If you think about Microsoft, they were like liberal, but not financially. Like they were very, very shrewd
Right.
financially.
They're all liberal if you can be liberal and have a $25 million house in Atherton, California. If that's part of it, and I think that's part of the way we've designed liberal
Yeah.
in America, then
Well, they're just so
Yeah.
removed.
They're
So
very removed.
from the consequences of what they're interested in.
and when you talk to them, you do get the feeling that they are they fully believe, and for good reason, that they control the country now.
Yeah, and they think they should.
That's
because
right.
they're the smart ones, and
That's
they're on the
right.
right side.
That's correct.
And we have to do everything we can.
Yeah.
And so when they complied with the government, when they eliminated things from social media that were problematic to the narrative, whether it was on YouTube or Twitter or whatever they did, like they thought they were doing the right thing, and that they should be doing this because the people, these people are stupid. They
I think
can't-
everyone thinks they're doing the right thing, and I think the thing that surprises me the most is how a lot of those people in those positions of power aren't cynical. They aren't, you really would like them to just go, yeah, it's all bullshit. We're doing what we have to do. You'd almost rather that,
right.
but they truly believe.
They believe. They believe in what they're saying. They really do.
They do. And I think that's if you're in a deep cover CIA agent, you believe. I think if you're high up in the military, you believe. I think if you're in the tech industry, you believe. I think no matter where you are, you believe because so much of your identity becomes dependent on that.
Yes, for sure.